Welcome everybody to the United Realty of Canada Brokerage's webinar series, uroc365.com webinar series to grow your business and sales. Today's guest speaker is going to be Rob Vivian, and he's going to be talking about accountability for realtors and how to have a really strong 2020 market. And before we go into the next couple of slides, I just wanted to share with you a couple of important things. And the important thing is, the next slide is I want to talk about. The next slide is if you have any questions about uroc365.com, whether it is with real estate or pre-construction or just real estate in general, please click on one of those buttons, which is the black, the blue, or the red button. And if you get disconnected for whatever reason during this webinar, just reconnect back on the link that we send you and reconnect again. Okay, and that should be fine. If you have any problems with audio, I would recommend that check your computer or your laptop, because it will probably be on your end and not the webinar. I also like to thank Mr. Pat Javdan, broker of record of United Realty of Canada, and Dr. Alexa Hanchin, general manager of United Realty, for being the gracious sponsors and supporting this webinar series that we have been doing this now since March. So thank you very much, Pat. Thank you very much, Alex. I just want to let everybody know that our next upcoming webinar, which is a very important webinar, is on July the 15th at 1 o'clock, the secrets of real estate success. And we are going to be having a special mentoring program for commercial real estate success. So, if you are really interested in commercial real estate and want to make a lot of money in commercial real estate or just real estate in general, you must attend this webinar, which is on July the 15th, 2020 at 1 o'clock. Some of other upcoming webinars that are also going to be coming very soon is for sale by owners. So that webinar is coming up very soon. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to show you how to work with for sale by owners. And Pat Javdan is going to be one of the guest speakers who's going to be talking about that topic in the next coming weeks. So with further ado, I just want to invite Mr. Rob Vivian and want to give a little bit of background about Rob Vivian. He is the president and CEO of Rob Vivian Coaching. He has more than 20 years of experience, and I consider Rob Vivian as one of the top 5 coaches in Canada for real estate coaching and mentorship. So with further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Rob Vivian.
Okay, thank you guys. So what we're going to be looking at today is how to have a fantastic balance of 2020, starting with just really the next 7 weeks, July and August. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to do in this time frame, and also about the market, what's happening, and so on. And then I'll talk to you about some accountability at the end of my session here. So I want to talk about the market first, because there's a lot of misconceptions of what's happening in the market, what's going to happen, and so on. I know that you've probably read that CMHC is forecasting the market to fall in the fall. And so I just want to go on record as saying I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, I would go on record as saying that from here back, CMHC has had a very poor record on forecasting what's going to happen. Their track record from here back is not very good. I'm telling you guys that the rest of 2020 is going to be exactly like January. It's going to be busy, 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 all the way until December. December will be busy too, but it's always a bit of a smaller month. In June that just passed, we broke through and sold 8,700 homes. I had told all of our coaching clients in April, May, that the market would be fully back in June. Of course, as we do live streams all day to probably maybe a total of 400 or 500 people all together each day. In April, in May, there was a lot of realtors challenging me on why that would happen when, of course, we're still in the middle of COVID-19. But you know what? The market is stronger. People underestimate the power of the market. See, the spring market started mid-February, and it was about 1 month in, mid-March. And then COVID-19 showed up, and it delayed the spring market. But the spring market is so powerful that 2 months later, it finished up and did the rest of a spring market, that you should not underestimate the power of the market. And so the rest of this year now, I'm saying that CMHC is not correct. We're not going to have a crash in the fall. It's going to be busy, busy, busy the rest of the way. A lot of realtors are saying to me, okay, so May, June, the back part of May and June, it sort of picked up, but maybe it's going to be slow in the summer. You know, in June, we sold 8,700 homes, which is 191 per day. Through the first 8 days in July, we have 2,620 sales. That's 327 sales a day. July is actually picking up. So I'm telling you guys and gals that for June and July, we're gonna have 2 more months of more than 8,000 sales. So what I'm gonna talk to you about today is what do you need to do in that time frame? And you, as you listen, you might think, you know what, Rob, I agree with CMHC. I think the market's gonna correct. That's fine. We can all have our own opinions. But even if CMHC is correct, they're not calling for a correction in July and August. They're calling for the fall. I don't think they're going to be correct, but even if they are, I'm talking right now tonight about July and August. Now, United Realty have contracted us to come back and speak to you at the beginning of September, and then again in the beginning of November, 2 months apart. And so I'm going to talk to you tonight about how to have a great summer. And then in September, I'll talk about how to get a great fall market. And then in November, how to finish the year strong. So it'll be 3 different talks. Okay, so for right now, for July and August, I'd like you to write this down, please. There's probably going to be 16,000 sales plus in July and August. There's probably going to be 16,000 plus sales in July and August. Last year, 2019, there was 16,300. We're way ahead of that through the first 8 days, but if we just have 16,000, that means 16,000 addresses, which is 32,000 sites. So guys and gals, in a 7-week period, I think most of you would be ecstatic if you could just sell 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 in the next 7 weeks. Well, there's gonna be 30-something thousand available sites. You should go get 2, 3, 4, 5, and or 6. So don't get your mind looking left or right and get all off track with, you know, the COVID-19 and the social unrest and the CMHC new rules. You can do that if you want, but 8,700 sales in June, that's in the books. 2,620 sales for the first 8 days of July, that's in the books. The market is back all the way. Yesterday, I got a call from a realtor, and the question was, when's the market gonna be fully back? I said, mid-May, mid-May. I've been saying this since March or April. The market is fully back. COVID-19 is not gone, but the units sold on Trev is fully back, and it will be fully back for the rest of the year. Write this down, please, before I leave the market. Second half, so starting 8 days ago, July 1st to December 31st, the second half, it's gonna be 40,000 to 45,000 sales. That's a lot. 40,000 to 45,000 sales. That means that there's gonna be 80 to 90,000 sides, because each sale has 2 sides, the seller side, the buyer side. So there's gonna be 80 to 90,000 sides available. Most realtors are pretty happy if they sell 15 to 30 homes. Our coaching program, last year, the average is 43, but most don't do that kind of production. That's what our clients average. So if you're looking to do 30 in a year, that's 15 in the second half. If you're looking to get 15 and it's gonna be 80 to 90,000 sides, you should get focused and get a plan and get your 15. Maybe you want to do 10 in the second half. Well, there's going to be 80 to 90,000 sides, for goodness sakes. All you need is a plan. You see, one of the things I've discovered about realtors, I taught my first seminar in 1996. That's a long time ago. One of the things I discovered about realtors, they're really hard workers if they can just get a plan. So I'm going to give you some ideas on how to construct a plan for the next 7 weeks. And then I'll be back and I'll see you in September and I'll give you a plan for 60 days. But I'll come back and see you in November. I'll give you a plan to finish your. All you have to do is hang around United Realty and I'll give you those 3 plans. Okay, so in the next 7 weeks, so listen carefully. I've been doing this for long enough to know that in a 1 month plan, like any 1 month, if I give you a 1 month plan, it can just be work related. Because the truth is, you cannot burn out in 1 month. It's not possible. But you see, in 7 weeks or 8 weeks, you might burn out. See, that's the thing. So setting a goal for the rest of July and August into September 9th, when I'll see you again, really 8 weeks. If you just work, you're actually going to burn out. That's too big of a chunk of time. So the solution to that would bring your mind and your body along for the ride. That's the solution for that. So let me give you some mind ideas first. So write this down, please. For my mind, write that down. And I'm going to give you some things you do. So if you take your mind, your thinking, and your body along for the ride, then you do the work, which I'll give you the work I think you should do and the goals you should set. You're not going to burn out. You only burn out. You only feel stressed. You only feel worn out when you've been working too much and neglecting your body and neglecting your mind. So write this down. I need to write down, it's a fine line between success and failure. Fine line. It's a fine line between success and failure. I'm going to illustrate this with a story. It's one of my favorite ones, actually, and you've probably heard it before. Most speakers use it. And it's the Roger Bannister story. And Roger Bannister was the gentleman in the 50s that he was the first human being that ran a mile in less than 4 minutes. See, prior to that, it was deemed impossible because nobody could do it. They've been trying for thousands of years to run a mile in less than 4 minutes, but they just could not. I mean, they can do it in 4 minutes and 2 seconds and 4 minutes and 3 seconds, but they could not do it in less than 4 minutes. And then one day in 1956, Roger Bannister went over the finish line and the stopwatch went off and said 3 minutes, 59 seconds. And so then it could be done. You see, before that, there was material written, papers written on why a human being standing upright in our bone structure, and so why we cannot carry ourselves a mile in less than 4 minutes. But then one day it happened. And then it happened 2 weeks later. And then it happened a week later. Now high school kids do it. It's not that difficult, actually. See, it's really, guys and gals, it's a fine line between that success you're looking for and the failure. See, you have to do more than look the part and just kind of show up. You have to be thinking correctly, doing the right things for your body, and doing the right activities. You can look really good and not get anywhere. You know, I go speak at, not so much the last 3 or 4 months, but I get booked a lot to speak at rallies, like 100 times a year, where they're giving, especially in the spring when they're giving out awards. So what I try to do, because I know this first point, it's a fine line between success and failure. As I'm in the room, there could be, I don't know, 500 people there, and there's going to be people getting awards. I look around and I try to find what I would perceive as the award winners. And I'm looking, well, that guy's really well dressed and she's really well dressed. But see, I never guess them. I never get it right. They call them up and I go, oh, I wasn't thinking that person. Because sometimes the people that walk up on the stage are not the people that you might think. It's such a fine line between success and failure. And so write this next thing down because it's connected. How we spin things in our brain will dictate which side we fall on. How we spin things in our brain will dictate which side we fall on. You see, everybody on the planet, all 8 billion people now, everybody has 2 lists. You know, a list of what's going their way, a list of what's not. Everybody does. Nobody's void of that. I have a list of things going my way. I have a list of things not going my way. Pat has a list of things going his way. Pat has a list of things not going his way. Alex has a list of things going his way. Alex has a list of things not going his way. Everybody has that list. There's nobody that doesn't have that list. You might see somebody and they're wildly successful, but their family life's not the best. Their house is not the best. They have these other issues. Everybody has 2 lists. And so how we spin things in that element is going to dictate that fine line. See, the list of things that aren't going your way, of course they would need your attention. You have to go there and give us some attention, come back. But you can't spend your day here. You have to spend your day here on the list of things going your way. So I have right now in my life some things that personally they're not going my way. And today they need some attention. But I can't ponder the things not going my way all day long and expect to run a mile in less than 4 minutes, or sell my 15 homes the rest of the way this year, or sell my 10 homes the rest of the way this year. See, everyone has that list. You're never void of the list. It's never going to be this. You know, at our big events, when we ever get to hold them again, realtors come up to me all day long. Like our July Extreme event would actually be today. If it was on, today would have been day 1 in Extreme Event 13. This would have been today. Actually, it would have been day 2. Day 1 would have been yesterday. And probably, I guess on that, 50 people come up to me and say, you know, as soon as I get this issue going on, as soon as that's gone, I'm going to join coaching. So in other words, this thing that's not going away, as soon as that's gone, I'm going to join coaching. You know what? We never hear from those people. They never join coaching. You know why? Because that list is never gone. That item will go away, and other items are. I say, what are you saying to me? Well, my life is perfect. I'm going to move forward then. Is that what you're saying? See, guys and gals, it is a fine line between success and failure. How you spin things in your brain is going to dictate, are you living on this side or you're living on this side? This is the woe is me people. Trust me, you have lots of them in your family. If you want to see a whole whack of people who live on this side, come to my family reunion in next July, and I'll show you a whole bunch of people that live over here, or I'll come to your family reunion. Guys, how
Wow.
we spin things is how it's going to go. All right, so the next thing I want to talk to you about in your mind is this. So on purpose, for 8 weeks, between now and when I come back to you guys again for the summer, I need you on purpose to spin things correctly. Are you going to read negative stories about the market? Yes, there was negative stories in June about the market, yet we sold 8,700 homes. That's just like almost exactly the same as last year. There's a negative story on my phone today about the market, yet the first 8 days of July, we sold 2,620 homes. That's 327 homes every day, 7 days a week. So are you going to focus on that, or are you going to separate? Next thing is, for 8 weeks, don't get bogged down with something. Like, guys, listen to me. I don't know if this week, if something's going to happen in your life or in your business. I don't know, probably not. But in the next 8 weeks, multiple things are going to happen. And you have a choice then. So when things happen, not if they happen, when they happen, anytime you set a 2-month goal, which is what we're doing tonight, things are going to happen for certain. And when they do, you have a choice now. You can move past it quickly, or you can tell me, if you happen to talk to me in 2 months, the reason, Rob, I didn't hit my goal is because this thing happened. Oh, so that's the thing that happened. That's the thing that got you off track. Look, if you think about the Olympics, the most watched Olympic sport is the 100-yard dash in the Summer Olympics, the 100-yard dash, Usain Bolt. If you think about the hurdles, it's very similar. You start here, you run to here, finish line. They just have hurdles along the way. The hurdles is a very similar race to the 100-yard dash, yet it doesn't get near the viewership as the 100-yard dash would get. But it's a very similar thing, except it has the hurdles. You see, life more represents the hurdles, not the 100-yard dash, because there's going to be hurdles. You're going to have a couple hurdles, as will I, as will Pat, as will Alex, as will Jerry, in the next 2 months. Everybody will. It's called life. You see, when a hurdler takes off from the starting gate, he doesn't run to the first hurdle and then stop and then look at it and then think to himself, did I cause this? Is this my fault? Am I the victim here? He doesn't do that. He just jumps right over and keeps going, for goodness sakes. I'm telling you, you're going to have some challenges in the next 2 months. It has to be that way. That's called life. You're going to have them. I'm going to have them. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to jump right over it and keep going. Life is like the hurdle race, not the 100-yard dash. That's not how it works. So when things happen, move past them. Guys, gals, you're not wearing a Velcro suit, for goodness sakes. Everything doesn't have to stick to you. Most things in life don't matter. Let it go, move forward, and set the goals we're going to set shortly. So for your mind, keep it strong, keep it clear, keep it focused, keep moving forward. You have to bring your mind along for the ride. Otherwise, you're not going to make it to September. For your body, write that down, please. When you work out, you feel great, you're showering up, you think, I feel fantastic now. I should do this more often. Yes, you should. So make sure for your body, you're not getting sluggish. So let me give you some ideas. So write down, A, you need to work out every day. Do something, even if, like when I get home tonight, because this is, I think, my 6th or 7th live stream today, lots of them going on right now. So I haven't been home. I don't know. Pat was talking about how hot it out is. I'm with Jerry. I haven't been outside yet. I don't really know that yet. So I'm going to go for a really, really long walk, probably 4 or 5K time. I might even go for a run. Might be too hot for a run. I don't know. But I'm going to do something. I'm not going to just go home and get a shower and go to bed. Not going to happen that way. I have to do something every day that is going to be good for my body. You have to do that. Otherwise, you're going to feel sluggish, and that is not going to work. B, next, eat 2 fruits every day. Already done that. That should be easy for you. Eat 2 fruits every day. That's really good for your body. I know we get busy, we get fast food and a lot. You shouldn't do that so much. Your body is going to wear out. Bring your body along for the ride. C, 4 cups of vegetables every day. 4. That's going to take some planning. It's 2 fruits, piece of cake. The 4 cups of vegetables, that's going to take a little bit of planning to get that done. So if you look in my fridge, you're going to see all sorts of containers with cut up carrots and cut up peppers and cut up cucumbers and cut. They're all there because Every time I leave to come to the office, I have a whole bag in. When I drive up the lake, I put a whole bag in for the way up and the way back. I always have a bag of veggies with me. So you're gonna take some planning to do that, but you have to do it. And the last thing on this is lots of water. I'm drinking water right now. I know it's in a coffee cup, but it's not coffee. That's probably my, I don't know, 10th or 12th. That looks like wine. That's my 10th or 12th water. Okay, fair enough. That's my 10th or 12th glass of water easily. Lots and lots and lots and lots of water. Okay, so see, if I was a new coach or trainer, I would just come on and I would just give you the business plan. But the truth is, if I didn't challenge you first on your thinking and challenge you on your body, I wouldn't be very good at what I'm doing. So now on the business. So here's where you need to set some goals. So write these down, please. This is for the next time I'm going to see you is September the 9th. That's just after Labor Day. So that's 8 weeks from now. The 8 weeks would be the week before. That'll be in the 9th week. So for 8 weeks, yes, you need to set a goal for right now. So write down A, number of contacts. I'm going to give you a number here, the number of contacts. And I think that should be 500. I think that should be 500. I think you should try to talk to 500 people between now and then. And not networking, I'm talking prospecting. Now, in that time frame that we're talking about, this will head into Labor Day. There's 34 work days between Monday, so get organized tomorrow, Monday and that Friday before Labor Day. There's 34 work days. So I'm basing it on 25 days. I don't need you to work all summer. Take a week or two off. So if you work 25 days and talk to 20 people a day, which is what our clients average, you should set a goal to talk to 500 people, whether that's around listings, around solds in your database, for sale by owners. You got a program coming up on how to work for sale by owners. You should try to talk to 500 people. Set a goal next for listing appointments. How many can you go on? How many can you go on? Set a goal for that. Now, guys, challenge yourself, but if it's not realistic, then it's not going to be of any, there'll be no inspiration drawn from it because your subconscious mind would know that you can never reach it. So how you know when you've set the right goal, I mean, stretching you a bit, but not too much, is when you look at the goal and half the time you think, I don't think I can do that. And half the time you think, I can do that. That's how you know it's correct. So whenever it comes into goal setting, if you look, you set a goal and you think 100% of the time, I could never do that. The goal is too high. If you set a goal and you think 100% of the time, I can do that easily, it's too low. When the goal is in that place where half the time you think, I can do that, and half the time you think, oh, that's a lot, I can't do that. When it's 50-50, that's how you know the goal is correct. So use that barometer for how many listing appointments you go on. So maybe if it's 5, and then half the time you go, 5, that's a lot. Wait a minute, I can do that. Are you sure that's a lot? If you're back and forth on it, that is the right goal. And then next is listings taken. And then next is listings sold. And next is buyer sales. So set a goal for 8 weeks, what you can do in that category. And also, how many clients can you find? Like leads, how many new leads can you get? I would recommend no less than 10. Try to find 10 leads and then write a note underneath this, 90 days or less. So if you're out door knocking and someone says, we're thinking of moving when my daughter finishes grade 12, so maybe next summer. Yeah, I don't think you should keep that, but if you do, I don't care, but don't count it as one. So if you're gonna keep it, that doesn't matter to me. But try to find 10 that are gonna buy or sell within 90 days of the day that you find it, like right now stuff. So you find them this week, that's 90 days, August, September, October. So within 90 days, try to find at least 10 people that are going to buy or sell within the 90 days of the day that you find them. And then write this next thing down in regard to these goals. Put this on a Bristol board and post it on your wall like the size of this picture behind me. Big Bristol board, put those goals on the wall. We made our coaching clients do this, take a picture of it and send it to their coach. Otherwise, we wouldn't let them stay in coaching. When you put it on the wall, your mind is telling you that it's really real. See, what most realtors do, they don't really understand the power in your brain, the subconscious mind, the ability to move heaven and earth to bring things to you or to keep them away from you. Most realtors put their goal in their computer and turn the computer off. You know what that tells your brain? These are a secret. And it's like, okay, well, I'll keep it a secret then. Or you put them in a sheet paper, put them in your drawer, or you put them in your phone, and then you pull it up and then put it away. That tells your subconscious mind, these are a secret. If you post it, if you've been selling for a while, like me and like Pat, like Alex, we've always heard that from every trainer. Post your goals on your wall. Maybe they didn't know because the brain says, oh, those goals are on the wall. That means they're out there. Okay, let's be magnetic to them. If you put them in your computer and then shut your computer or turn your computer off, you're telling your subconscious mind, these are a secret. And it's like, okay, well, we'll keep them secret then. That doesn't activate the law of attraction. Only when you post them. One thing I like about your office when I go there is always stuff written on the whiteboards and always stuff written on the flip charts. I really like that because that's when it's really real, when you write it down. And I've only been there 2 or 3 times. Every time there's stuff written everywhere. All right, next thing, write this down, please. I need to catch up on my database. I need to catch up on my database. You know, it's really interesting, the past client center of influence. Now, my job is to get realtors to be successful. That's my job. And we always have clients calling me, and they get to me. Last night, several called to talk about joining our one-on-one coaching program, and none of them are going to join because we mutually agreed that they're not for us. We're not trying to talk people into our program. They have to be correct for us, else we don't want to have them because we're going to end up firing them. So I'm talking to a young guy last night who says, I'm a new agent. I want to get going. Can you help me with my social media? Not really. That's Jerry's job. I said, what about your database? Oh no, I want to call them and bug them and beg them for business. Listen to me, realtor. Any realtor, I don't care where you live in North America, if you do not call your database and talk to them every 90 days, you're just going to struggle in the business. You're just going to scramble every year for business. All you're going to do is a whole career of scrambling, and we won't allow that. So every one of our coaching clients has a database. They call it every 90 days. They give them a market update. That's mandatory. They're monitored on that. They use our software. They have their database in there. That's why our clients average over 40 transactions annually. We're talking about 1,500 people averaging 40 deals a year. That is a lot. That's because we make them call their database. Now, so last night I had this long conversation with this young lad, and he's like, I'm not going to do that, Rob. I said, well, then don't send the contract in because you're not for us. We're not for you. Go find somewhere else to be coached because you're not interested in our program. So I'm saying to you folks, as you're listening, this summer is a great time to get caught up with your database. Now listen, we don't teach to call your database and to beg for business or even ask for business. That's not what we teach to do. Our coaching program is the leader by a country mile on the psychology side of things. If you went to see Richard Robbins or Tom Ferry or Brian Buffini or Mike Ferry, and you said, yeah, I've listened to Rob speak, he's the leader in psychology, they would not disagree with that. They might not think my program is better than theirs, but they would agree with you, yes, he's the leader in psychology for sure. So the thing is this, with the psychology side aspect of your database, you know, if you've been selling for a while, that 100% of the time, when you go to a function of any kind, and people see you, the first thing they say is, how's the market? You guys know that's true. How's the market? 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 See, when people immigrate here, unless you're an indigenous person, you know, Cree, Mohawk, whatever, that means everybody immigrated here over the last 400 years. Everybody, which means we're all immigrants, all of us. Unless you were already here, you are an immigrant. Just a case of when you came here. I'm an immigrant, you're an immigrant, we're all immigrants. That's it. Now, I do go up to Peterborough and train a lot there, and there is a lot of indigenous people there. So their ancestors are already here, okay? Everybody else came here at some point. And so when we come here, whoever made that decision, for me, great, 200 years ago, for goodness sakes, apparently we were exiled from Ireland for misbehaving against the government. That sounds like my family. So anyways, came here to make a better life. That's why everybody comes to Canada. That's why everybody comes to the United States to make a better life. And so a psychologist would say it this way. There's like a pie and it has lots of pieces, like a pie cut up into pieces. And all of the pieces make up the puzzle of living the dream. And one of those pieces of pie is owning real estate. It's what you do for a living. And a psychologist would say the word for that is a marker. There's a marker in every person that has immigrated here. And it's the same as me. If you came here just 2 years ago, you would have the marker. Your marker would be the same as mine. It doesn't get stronger with time. It doesn't diminish with time. It's passed down from my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. I have the marker, Pat has the marker, Alex has the marker, Jerry has the marker, Muhammad has the marker on my screen. Everybody has the marker, unless you're indigenous. And so most people have the marker. And this marker, it's part of the big piece of puzzle. Part of living the dream is owning real estate. Nobody's thinking, I can't wait to go to Canada, United States, and live the dream and rent. They're not thinking that. Owning real estate is it's a piece of the pie. And every time they see a realtor, that marker flares up and they blurt out, how's the market? Actually, it's kind of rude if you really think about it. You haven't seen this person in 2 years and they just blurt out, hey, how's the market? They should really say, hold on, back up. I'm sorry, how are you? That's what they should really say, but they don't. They just blurt it out. They can't control it. It's the marker flaring up. So if you understand that psychology there, our program teaches this to our clients. Don't call your database every 90 days and ask for this. That's not what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is call your database every 90 days and service the marker. Give them a market update. If I was coaching Alex and I thought he's got a couple hundred people in his database and I thought he would run into all of them every 90 days, I wouldn't ask him to call them because all of them would ask him how the market is and he would tell them a market update. But seeing as he's not going to run into them all every 90 days, he should call them in a sequence what we teach. So the summer would be a great time to catch up on your database. Now listen, guys, there are lots of years that are just blah years, like there's nothing happening. Years ago, the market's not going up, the market's not going down, the rates are staying the same, there's no change in the mortgage rates, nothing going on. Just a regular real estate year. Not much to talk about, really. Even in those years, the realtor still has to call their database every 90 days and service the marker. Because if you don't, they will get that marker serviced somewhere else. That's exactly what they'll do. And then you'll get mad when they buy and sell with somebody else. That's your job to call them and service the marker. So in the years where there's nothing going on, it's a bit more difficult because there's not really much to say. But right now, for goodness sakes, there's lots to say. And there's so much going on, it's insane. You can call them now. You should be excited. Call your database and you say, hey, I just want to let you know that in the first half of 2019, the big year last year, we sold 43,000 sales. This year, we sold 36,000. I say, really? That's not that much different. No, it's not. Realtors are like, what happened the first half of the year? I don't know. We sold 36,000 homes. We already have 2,600 and change first 8 days of July. We're going to sell 40 or 50,000 in the second half. That's the market update. You bring in something. When there's something going on in the market, it's so easy to call your database because you're keeping them update on what's happening in the market. So if you haven't been calling your database, call them all in this 8 weeks and give them a market update. See, here's the thing that realtors don't realize about your database. All of your people, listen to me, please. All of your people in your database, Alex, they think you're rich. Did you know that? They think you're rich. That's what they think about realtors. Truth, nothing could be further from the truth, probably. Realtors, every realtor in North America, you pretend you're doing better than you are. Everybody does. And your database buys it, hook, line, and sinker. And then you don't call them because you feel like you're bugging them. And then they hold referrals back out of respect because they think you're busy. And then you don't get the referrals. All you got to do, call them every 90 days, service the market, give them a market update, and the referrals will flow to you. Now you think about this conversation with this young guy last night. He's going to not do that, and he's going to go buy leads like crazy, and then he's going to fail. It's that simple. I spent an hour on the phone with him trying to get his brain thinking in the right direction. I even explained this whole thing to him, but he's set on buying leads. Why? When you can just get them from your database, they would love to help you out. If I was in a big room with 100 realtors, if I said, okay, everyone that's been licensed more than 3 years, stand up. A whole bunch of people would stand up. And I said, I'm going to ask you all a question. It's going to be the same question. Just answer the question and sit down. If I said to everybody individually, where does most of your business come from? Past clients, referrals, past clients, referrals, past clients, referrals, past clients, referrals, past clients, referrals. Everyone would say that. That's where every realtor gets their business from. Even though you don't even do it right. Imagine what you could get if you would just call your database every 90 days and service the market. So in this July and August, get the list together, call them all, give them an awesome market update. There's so much to talk about. All right, next thing you need to do, get up early in the morning. Get up early in the morning. Oh, by the way, we have a 5:30 wake up call service for anybody. You don't have to be a client. We have hundreds of people on our 5:30 wake up call. If you want to be on our 5:30 wake up call, you just have to reach out to me and say, I'd like to be on your 5:30 wake up call. And tomorrow morning at 5:30, your cell phone will ring at 5:30, and I will say something like this. Hey, it's Friday morning. It's 5:30. Sleep in tomorrow. Get your butt out of bed right now. Let's go get this day. Let's go conquer this day. Get out of bed right now. That's what I'll say tomorrow morning in about 10 or 12 seconds. So if you want to be on our 5:30 wake-up call, you want to get back in the game for this 8-week plan, get up, read, work out, meditate, get your head in the game, and have a great day. So stop sleeping in. So many realtors in such bad habits with COVID-19. Guys and gals, listen to me. Don't get mad at me. If you are sleeping in past 7 o'clock on a work day, you are not a serious realtor. I'm sorry. If you're sleeping in after 7 o'clock, you are not a serious realtor. You work in the most competitive board in North America by a country mile. If you are still in bed at 7 o'clock in the morning on a work day, you're not a serious realtor. You're never going to win at this game. Okay. Last thing before I tell you about our accountability program that you can join, and Pat's going to subsidize it for you, is you need to get some accountability. So write that down. I need accountability. See, think about realtors, people really, but realtors in general, I don't know why, for this industry, is so lackadaisical. I got my license June the 9th, 1987. And on my first day, I went to my office and they said, oh, we're going to a seminar today. I said, oh, okay, is that what we do all day? We go to seminars? Okay, that's awesome. And the speaker was Floyd Wickman. You wouldn't know him unless you've been around for a long period of time. I mean, he's still around, but in the late 80s, Floyd Wickman was the king of real estate speakers. He is the best real estate speaker by a country mile, Floyd Wickman. So I go to listen to Floyd Wickman, and I'm a realtor for like, 1 day. And he made a statement that I didn't get at first. It didn't make any sense to me when he said it because I was new. I didn't realize the lackadaisicalness in real estate yet. And so he said this: the problem with real estate is too easy to get in, is too easy to get out, is too optional while you're in. That's the problem. See, that is the problem. It's just realtors really need some structure and some accountability. So write this down. It could be your broker or your manager. That would be awesome. Your broker or your manager, they would love to hold you accountable. So as you're on this, I don't know which office you're in, set your goals for this next 8 weeks. Take them to your manager. Say, I heard this guy on this live stream. I want you to hold me accountable to this. That will be very good for you. Be other realtors. Another realtor of like mind that also is saying, hey, you know what? I need to really go. And I've been lackadaisical here. Somehow Trev had 36,000 sales in the first half, which is 72,000 sides. And I didn't get my share because COVID-19 got me all screwed up. So it's going to be 40 to 45,000 sales in the back half, which is 80 to 90,000 sides. I got to get my 10 or 15 or 20. You should be able to find 20 out of 80 or 90,000, for goodness sakes. So got to get in the game here or see a coach. So let me tell you about the program that we have. It's actually designed to give realtors that structure and accountability that they need. It's our one-on-one coaching is $700 a month. It's not that, but some of our one-on-one clients have converted to this because it's really good. And so how it works is this: it's daily accountability. So there's a dedicated coach in this program, and you get the same software that our one-on-one clients, we get. All of our clients get the same software from us. It's a tracking system. So you put your goals in there. You put in your daily activity, and it'll track what you're on track for a couple months after you're in any of our programs, including this one. You can say, what am I on track for? And say, well, in all the categories you set goals, you're on track for this. And you can say, okay, well, I'm behind there because I'm behind there. I see that now. So you can track that. There's also a resource center in there with my training videos, listing presentations, stuff like that. And a CRM, which will tell you the days to call your database. So if you, on every Monday, it'll say here, it'll break them in pieces for you. It'll say here, I know you have 200 people in here. I just need you to call this group this week. Next week, here's another group. Next week, here's another group. Next week, otherwise you'll print off the 200 outlets and you call your favorites like every other realtor will do. And then you're going to get to 40 or 50, not get to the other 150. That's what every realtor does. But if the system would just give you a group, hey, this week, just call these people. Next week, call these people. Next week, call these people. And then you get all through all of them in the time frame. That's the way it's supposed to be. So you get our software. There's a live stream every weekday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 8:45. You log in 8:45 to 9 o'clock, 15 minutes, and it's a pep rally. And so the coach that's running this program is pumping everybody up for the day that they're about to embark on. Then you are given a list of 15 items. Some are mind, some are body, and some are business. You have to choose one item minimum off the mind, one off the body, and at least two off of the business. And to pass the day, you have to do at least 5 items. So, and at the end of the day, you have to, from accountability point of view, you have to email the coach. And if you don't, the coach will call you out on it because that's accountability. So you will email the coach a number and a word. If the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, because you need 5 to pass, you would email your coach, 1, failed. 2, failed. 3, failed. 4, failed. 5, passed. 6, passed. 7, passed. All you have to do is do any 5 items. I worked with this list for a month and a half to get it that any combination of 5 is a pass, is a great day. So you don't have to do, it's not a stringent where you have to do this and this and this and this. There's 15 items on there. Choose what you want, which is you have to complete 5 of the items. Maybe one of them on the mind is, I'm gonna say my affirmations for 5 minutes. Okay, that's good for your mind. Maybe for my body, I'll eat 4 cups of vegetables. Okay, that's good for your body. Maybe on the business, I'll call 3 in my database and talk to 3 principals. There's 2 more. Now you need 1 more. So you just have to get 5 items and you would pass the day. And I know that if you keep passing the days, you're gonna have a great, great, great career. So that program costs $149 a month, but no other office on the board subsidizes it, but United is. So if you want to join that program, Pat, I sent him the information how the program works. I gave it to you quickly, and the contract, you'll see the contract says $149, but Pat's gonna subsidize it by $50. So if you wanna be in that accountability coaching program, for you, it's $99. And our accountability coaching program is month to month. Most coaching companies lock you in for a year. That's the last thing you wanna do. Trust me, if you're a hassle, you're out. Simple as that. That's how our program works. So if you think it might be good for you, especially this 8 weeks to get accountability, just get in. At some point, if you don't wanna be in, you don't have to be in. There's only a contract so we can have your data so we can set up your software and so on. But there's no length of contract on it. You can get out anytime you want. If you're not happy, trust me, we don't want you. Simple as that. So we're looking for people that are really, really want to do something. So guys and gals, let me just recap what we talked about today. I know that there's a lot of media about the market's gonna crash. It's not, I'm sorry. I'm getting this from a lot of people. You know, I love your wishful thinking. That's not wishful thinking. Actually, I wish the market would crash. In 2017, the market corrected by 25% in April. That was a wonderful thing that happened. A lot of buyers got into the market. We made a lot of sales. And then within a year, the market went back up. I wish that would happen every 3 or 4 years. If I was hoping for something, I'd be hoping CMHC was correct. I want the market to correct. I'm just pointing out to you, it's not going to. It's going to be hot, 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 hot for the rest of the year. So get your head in the game, 80 to 90,000 sides the rest of the way. I grew up on a farm and there's a saying, you got to make hay when the sun shines. You know what? On the Toronto Real Estate Board, the sun is shining. All right, guys, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rob. Just want to mention a couple of points here. Thank you so much, Rob. First of all, I have to emphasize and that everybody should know, Rob Vivian is among top 25 top coaches in North America, among Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Brian Buffoni, Richard Robbins, Craig Proctor, and our own Rob Vivian from Canada is among those top coaches. So I really, really emphasize for everybody to take these courses, either with United Realty, which we subsidize it, or without United Realty, doesn't matter. So take these courses. It really, really helps. And coaching is extremely, extremely important. You see good players in basketball team, they have coach. Good player in football team, they have coach. Good player, boxing, those people in boxing, they have coaches. Realtors, to be successful, they need coaching. They need accountability. So Rob has lots of experience. Please consider getting these courses, please. And Rob is going to be our guest speaker every 2 months. And also Rob is going to be our strategic alliance partner with United Realty of Canada. We're going to have lots of, maybe more than 30 coaching session from now till December. So we invite everybody to join this coaching session. And next week, we're gonna have a, commercial, how to be successful in commercial real estate. So please join that session next week as well. So thank you everybody to join us today. So if anybody interested to register for this coaching directly to Rob, they can call Rob directly.
Hey, let me give you my cell number, okay?
Yeah, go.
Everybody, if you want to call me directly, it's my cell's 416-561-4888. 416-561-4888. Happy to talk.
Perfect. So anybody that they don't want to join United Realty of Canada, that's okay. You can talk to Rob and they directly register for that course. But if they join United Realty of Canada, so we subsidize that course for you, that coaching course. So other than that, thank you everybody. Thanks again, Rob. We are very, very honored and very happy that we have you on board. I'm really very happy that we have you on board. So thank you, everybody. Jerry, do you have any comment?
No comment. I have only one question for Rob. Rob, I am very curious because I'm amazed, right? Because there are over 8,000 sales that happened in June. But you mentioned that there are like 2,600 sales have already happened in July. How did you get that number?
But it's really simple, actually. On Trep software, which everybody has, you just choose freehold and condo. So that wouldn't be commercial. Freehold, condo, GTA, hit a drop-down box, hit the last update, which is June 1st to June 9th, and then select sold, and it'll give you the number. It's 5 clicks, and it gives you the number.
Okay, all right.
Easy to follow.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if anybody has question for Rob, you can ask or we can wrap it up.
That's I want to say thank you to Rob. That was very, very helpful and beneficial. Thanks. The same as always. Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome, Alex.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure, Rob. Pleasure, Pat. Pleasure, Alex. And everybody have a good evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.